Hi amigues! Welcome to today's video. I think this will be, as usual, just a very cozy vlog. I have a 3-day weekend and I want to use it to be productive. I have been just feeling very low energy, but not in a negative way. Low energy in a positive way. I've been doing a lot of resting and relaxing, but I need to clean this weekend. My allergies have been really bad. I live in Austin, and around this time of year, all the trees start dropping their cedar, and it's just a thing. Everybody who lives in Austin long enough starts to develop cedar fever, and I have really bad allergies in general, so I get it really bad, and this year has been just especially really hard on my immune system, so I'm struggling, and because of that, I just feel like I need to clean. I feel like everything is just full of all the pollen that comes in and that we bring in and the dogs bring in, and yeah, I just need to clean, make it a little less pollen-y around here so I can breathe a little easier. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. It's Saturday. Last night, Uriel and I went to watch a movie. We watched Marty Supreme. That was a lot. It low-key gave me a headache. And then I couldn't breathe and I just felt like I was suffocating. It was an experience. So I just wanted to have a chill day today because that movie stressed me out so much. This morning I had coffee with a friend and we just spent hours catching up, and that was really nice. But now we need to lock in, be productive. So I'll bring you along with, if you need to be productive, you can put this on in the background. We can be productive together. Let's do it. I'm gonna put on my audiobook. I have been listening to a book called The Formula. It's a nonfiction book about Formula One, and it's so good. I love Formula One, and I've been missing it because we're on winter break. The new season starts in March. So in the meantime, I've just been missing some good Formula One in my life. So this book is really doing it for me right now. And that's what I'm gonna listen to while I clean. Hello, good morning. It is Sunday morning, but really it feels like Saturday morning because of the long weekend, which is so nice. I didn't get a chance to catch up with y'all yesterday, but I did clean thoroughly, which was very satisfying and a little therapeutic. And I was listening to my F1 audiobook, which was great. It's so entertaining, so good. I love F1 and I miss it, and this is filling that gap in my heart for me right now. But yeah, after cleaning, Uriel came home from a soccer tournament that he was at, and we were hungry, so we went to go get some food. On Friday, when we went to go watch Marty Supreme, after the movie, we were hungry and it was late. So a lot of places that we were trying to go to were closed. We were trying to get some food. So we were like, okay, what's the quickest and closest thing that we can find? Because we were also tired because it was so late. We just wanted to get home, pick something up, and bring it back. And the closest thing that was open was Panda Express. And we were, I'm not gonna lie, we were kind of Panda regulars in college when we had no money and we would just eat whatever was in front of us. So we were like, yeah, fuck it. Like, we haven't been to Panda in forever. You know, it'll fill us up. It'll do the job. And so we did. We got some Panda. And I don't know if it's just like the quality of the food has changed dramatically, or like my standards for like what I'll put in my body have changed. Maybe like a little bit of both, but it was just like, it was not good. It was frankly like uneatable, inedible. Yeah, I couldn't even finish my little bowl of chow mein and orange chicken, and I was hungry. So it was very disappointing. So yesterday for lunch, we decided to go to like a real Chinese food place and get some real chow mein and some soup dumplings, and it was so good. Yeah, after that we just did some errands, some grocery shopping. I did get an air purifier. I set that up in our bedroom. Go get your ball. Where is it? Go get your ball. I let it run overnight, and I'm still, as you can probably tell, feeling very stuffy. So yeah, it's still allergy city over here, but I'm hoping that, you know, with time that air purifier will help. If I do feel like it's making a difference, I might get like a big one for this big like living room area here. But yeah, that was most of our day. We came home, had a very chill evening. And today, more of the same, just chilling. I, like many people during the pandemic, got hyper-focused on Animal Crossing. That was all I could think about. That was all I could do. And there's a new Animal Crossing update. I hadn't picked up Animal Crossing, as my villagers informed me when I got back in, for 4 years. It had been 4 years because I went so hard. I put like hundreds of hours into this game. I just got burnt out. And then the pandemic ended and I like woke up from this haze that I was in, and I was like, I need to talk to people. I need to go outside. So I hadn't been in my Animal Crossing island for 4 years. And I opened it up the other day for this update that just came out, and it was wild. It was taking me back to those pandemic days. It was a mix of like, oh, I miss this, and a mix of like, oh shit, like my body was like having a reaction that was like, are we in danger right now? It was a very strange feeling. But yeah, I'm trying to see if I'm gonna get back into it. I'm decorating a couple of hotel rooms, and yeah, just seeing if like the juice is still there, if it's still enough to like hook me back in, which like, if it's not, that's okay. It's not necessarily a bad thing. There's a lot of other games that I have been wanting to play, so if Animal Crossing has just had its time, that's fine with me, but I wanted to give it a try. I've also been listening to Wuthering Heights. The Emerald Fennel adaptation is coming out in like a month. I'm curious about it. It looks interesting, you know, Margot Robbie, Jacob Elordi. I see what you're doing here. You're just trying to reel me in with hot people, and like it kind of worked. I've never read Wuthering Heights before, and I downloaded the audiobook from Hoopla, and I'm kind of listening to it as my secondary audiobook. I've got The Formula, which I'm like actively reading and listening to, and Wuthering Heights, I'm using it as my falling asleep audiobook, which is not the best reading experience, I will say. Very pleasant to fall asleep to because, you know, it's like written in like 19th century English. It's very easy to like start tuning it out and start falling asleep. But because of that, I've just been very slow with like actually getting through the book. And this is like a slow morning, and I am interested, like it is a good story. I am starting to be like very invested in it. So I might put it on while I play Animal Crossing and just like listen to it for a bit. Because The Formula, like I have to be like actively paying attention. Wuthering Heights, a little less so. It's more vibey. So I might put it on and yeah, decorate some hotel rooms for my island and just stay indoors today. I want nothing to do with the outside world today. I'm gonna take an allergy pill and see if that helps a little bit, but I just want my nose to clear up. Anyways, let's get on with today.
Just to have one glimpse of your face, a stare of surprise perhaps, and pretended pleasure. Welcome has put these ideas out, but beware of me. I asked as he departed if he went to Gimmerton. Principal reason for resuming a connection with his ancient persecutor.
So I have been reading A Storm of Swords, the third book in the A Song of Ice and Fire series by George R. R. Martin, for more than a month at this point. What's today? Today is January 19th. I think I started it December 18th. So it's been more than a month now. This is where I'm at right now. It is about 1,125 pages, and I am around 720. The reason why it's taking me so long, one, obviously it's like a tome. It's huge. It's the longest book in the series, I think. It's dense, George R. R. Martin, God bless him, he's an excellent writer, but he just includes so much detail in every single one of his paragraphs and chapters, and there's so much lore, so much history in this world. He includes a lot of detail about like the different houses, the different families, and I am just a slow reader in general, so it's taken me a while to get through this. I think this is officially like the longest it's taken me to read a book in a long time, maybe ever. Definitely as long as I've been tracking my reading and been like a consistent reader where I read every single day for the most part. And I've been good about reading this. Like, I haven't really fallen off of reading. I read at least a chapter almost every single day. But that being said, 30 days, a chapter a day, that would only put me at like halfway because there's more than 60 chapters in this book. So I am having a good time. I actually just read the Red Wedding chapters, which were crazy. Like, I knew it was coming. They were building up to that. I've watched the show, but I kind of thought it would be closer to the end. This is just like a little more than halfway, and we're already at that point, and it was a lot. So yeah, I'm pausing for a little bit today, but I just wanted to see how long I had left, and I really, really want to finish by the end of the month, which is definitely doable, but I think I do have to like lock in and be consistent about my reading. And I did some calculations. There's about 400 pages left in the book, and there's about 2 weeks left in the month. So if I want to finish by January 31st, I have to read at least 30 pages a day, which is around 2 chapters for the length of the chapters here, which is doable. But I'm just, like I said, a slow reader. This is a dense book, so I just need to make sure that I focus and actually read at least 30 pages every day. So I've never made a reading goal that was like a certain amount of pages, and also all my reading goals are very, very loose, and I don't always accomplish them, to be honest. Last year, I didn't read my designated amount of books that I had like arbitrarily selected as my reading goal, and that didn't bother me at all. I was like, whatever. That was a fake goal anyway. So this is the first time that I'm actually like, okay, you have to read this amount of book or this amount of pages. You want to finish by a certain time. So we'll see how that goes. I am hoping it doesn't end up feeling like a chore or like homework, and it doesn't end up affecting my enjoyment of it. But like, I don't think it will. I think it'll just make it more satisfying to actually meet that goal. Hopefully finish this book soon. Well, okay, the only time that I actually like complete my reading goals is like when I have book club. I always finish my book club books if I set out to read them. But yeah, this is the first time that it's like just me holding myself accountable. So we'll see how that goes. Really enjoying it though. A really good book. Yesterday, speaking of Game of Thrones, that crazy article with George R. R. Martin came out recently because he's doing promo for the new Game of Thrones related show, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which I do want to watch, but I think not while I'm reading this because it's just gonna like muddy the waters in my head too much. So I'm gonna wait a little bit to watch that. But George R. R. Martin, he gave an update on the next book in the series, The Winds of Winter. He's still writing it. He's still got a ways to go, but I don't know. People were saying that it sounds like generally positive news. He's got a very large portion of that book completed, and he's still determined to finish out the series. He's not giving up on it, which a lot of people have already given up on that themselves. I remain hopeful. I remain hopeful because I'm still reading through the series, and it's taken me a long time, so I'm like, by the time I finish reading the series, maybe the last book will have come out. So we'll see. We shall see. But yeah, A Storm of Swords. This is my challenge for the next couple weeks.